That's my fan club over there. Okay. You answered all my questions. So I had to come up with another one because I really just... Answer me this. I love being in the hot seat. And I tell everybody I'm going to be in the hot seat. I got my hair cut, wore a nice shirt. Going to be in the hot seat. And you know that my question was answered earlier. So I do have one now, which...
So you're here not because you need to be. You're here because you want to be.
Yes.
That's how it works in the vortex. In other words, the universe isn't yielding to those in need. The universe is yielding to those who are in alignment. You see. And that is the reason that we wanted to have this brief conversation with you, is because it really is that simple. When you want in an attitude of non-resistance, it comes about easily.
But there is some resistance because I'm not feeling that great.
Then get out.
No. But good enough to. It's this. I love the analogy of the tug of war because I was using the word stuck a lot, and I never will again because that stuck is not.
It's not stuck.
It's not stuck at all. There's so much energy in that word that I used to call stuck that it's huge, the amount of energy. So thank you for that. So where I'm feeling now, it's like, it looks like I'm feeling good. I feel like I'm feeling, what am I saying?
Well,
I'm in my head way too much, and help me get out of it. Help me connect to this, because this voice, this source energy is speaking through me so clearly lately, and I'm having a hard time trusting it. And there's absolutely no reason to not trust it. And I don't trust it. And there's absolutely no reason to not trust it. And it's getting louder and louder, and I trust it, and I don't trust it, and there's absolutely no reason to not trust it.
One of the reasons that you fit nicely into the conversation that we were already having here is that when you have desire that you're not up to speed with, those are the kinds of experiences you have. And we put it under the label of trying too hard. And it's the reason, those of you who've been listening to us for a while have noticed the evolution of the way that we've been presenting this material. And the reason that it keeps evolving is because those of you who continue to make the effort to apply what you're learning keep coming to these new places. And so the place that so many of you are at now is that we are all, and we are including ourselves in it as a result of the conversation that we're having, like here today, making too much effort to do something that is far easier than any of you are allowing it to be. We're making it too hard. And your words, "I'm too much in my head," is really a good way of explaining that. We want you to understand that as you're moving through life, you're putting your requests there, and that all of them have been granted, and that if you could just find more ways to chill and more ways to relax and not feel like you need to explain so much of everything to everyone. We think that's a big piece of all of this. When you are interacting with one another, let's start again. It's when you first come into your physical body, and those who welcome you right away are asking behavior from you to which they are giving you feedback. So you interact with them, they observe you, and then they respond to your behavior. So what happens is, little by little, you begin to, all of you do, without knowing you're doing it, as sort of a natural response to life, you begin catering to what you think they want from you, rather than being true to the vibration who is within you, to the source within you. So then what that leads to, and we're giving you a sort of very simple diagram of this. We could write books about each section of this, but just to give you sort of an overview, what that leads to is, as you are interacting with one another, for most of you, it feels to you like you need to explain to others where you are and how you got there. It feels to you that an explanation of your point of view is always in order. So what happens as you're interacting with so many others, your points of view are varied enough that no one really can get you completely. Esther came to an awareness the other day when there was something that she was trying to explain to Jerry, and she could tell by the look on his face that he was nowhere near her perception as she was trying to explain. And about a half an hour in to her attempt at making him understand, it occurred to her that first, his perspective is as valid as hers, even though it was totally wrong. But he certainly has the right to have that perspective. But this was the epiphany that she experienced. There was no way that there were enough words that she could offer to make him see it from her point of view. Now we're leading up to something really big here, because they get along really well. It wasn't anything important at all, but it was so important to Esther that he see it exactly as she was seeing it, because she had worked so hard at achieving her perspective. It was like he was missing out on not coming with her to this brilliant discovery that she had found. What we want her to realize, and she came to the clarity of it, and it really applies here, is that it doesn't matter. We don't want Esther to try to get Jerry to understand her. We want Esther to go into her vortex where she is completely understood. And we want Jerry's opinion or perspective, as far as Esther is concerned, to become irrelevant. And that's hard for people to hear, because you keep trying to make what others' response to you relevant. They want you to respond in ways that make them relevant, and you want them to respond in ways that make them relevant. And in all of that, you just get all scrambled, because what's relevant is who you've become and your relationship to who you've become, period. And when you get that clear in your mind and you begin responding to that and that only, then you find yourself not needing to explain yourself so much to others. They either get you or they don't. And if they don't, that's all right. And if they do, that's all right. And if they don't, that's all right. Because your happiness was never contingent upon anyone else's approval of you anyway. Your happiness is only ever contingent upon your vibrational relationship, your allowing of the fullness of who you have become, you see. So our friend is having seizures because he's reaching harder than he's able to reach. And we think what's holding most of you back is your relationship with other people. There's this thing about you just cannot please all of them. In reality, you really cannot please any of them. It's not your job. It's not your job to be approved of by anyone. And it's not anybody's job to approve of you. Now that feels a little off topic to you, but it is so on topic.
I'll wait for the CD and listen to it again. but I
so
think
you're telling us you're just sitting there looking good and feeling blissful?
I'm basky.
I'm just sitting here looking good and feeling blissful. And we say, that's what we were teaching. That's exactly what we were going for.
You talked a little too much. And I think last time I was up... I think what the conversation was, I like it simple, and it was a very complex answer to it. But I think my partner will explain it to me. But
well,
here's the deal.
In the complexity of our answer,
yes,
we have really said to you what we meant to say to you, which is we're all making this too complex.
That's what I heard.
In other words, we're making too big of a deal out of all of it. In other words, when you start feeling your way through life, rather than trying to intellectualize it all, when rather than trying to harmonize with every thought that everyone on the planet is having, or even those in your close association, rather than that, you're just lining up with who you are, then you're having blissful moments. And that really is what life is all about.
Got it.
There is so much that you are creating as individuals and as mass consciousness that it is not possible for you to even comprehend what's in your vortex, because you've been putting it there incrementally, and as it is spinning and by law of attraction coalescing, and the cooperative components are cooperating with one another, it is taking on different shapes and forms that are, for the most part, indescribable by you from where you currently stand. So if you give up on needing to explain it or analyze it or articulate it, and you become keen on the idea of just feeling the fullness of it, feeling the perfection of it, feeling the bliss of it, feeling the energy of it, feeling the rightness of it, feeling the worthiness of it, feeling the fun of it. In other words, feeling it rather than describing it. Then the vortex will elevate you to a vibrational frequency where you will have insightful moments of insight and relationship with it. And that's really what everyone is looking for. It's like so many people are looking for insight, they're looking for enlightenment, they're looking for answers and harmony, but they're not in the vortex where all of that is. And that's really what we wanted to help you to understand here today. You're spinning your wheels and wasting your time and attempting the impossible and going about it in ways of futility if you're doing anything other than letting your top priority be just to chill and get into the vortex. And as that is your top priority, and we think we have won some of you over to that today. In other words, life's going to be a lot more fun, and the first thing you're going to begin to say is a lot more simple. My days don't require so many things on my list. The universe is cooperating with me in more infinite ways. I'm rendezvousing with more things that are more fun when they happen. My physical body feels more together. I'm feeling more enlivened. I have more stamina and more energy. I'm experiencing more clarity. I'm rendezvousing with more people who are speaking about more things that are of interest to me. It feels to me as if the entire universe is all queued up just to show me a good time. It's like I have a concierge or a personal staff that is just preceding me everywhere I go and just working the bugs out of every moment in time. And I'm just settling into the at oneness that not only is my life supposed to be good, but my life is being good, you see. That's what life from inside the vortex begins to feel like. So we would describe you as someone who's in and out and in and out and in and out, and in certainly more than you used to be, and in certainly more than most anybody else that you know, but you don't take it well at all when you're not in. And that's the part that we would like to soothe all of you about. When you're not in the vortex, we would like you to say, so what? It's just part of the process, and I'll be in soon enough, and I'll know it because I'll feel the magic of the moment when I'm in. The magic of the moment. You know those moments when everything just aligns just right? When thoughts converge and your eyes meet and your jokes are funny and harmony with who you are. Good.
Great. Thank you so much.
Yes, indeed. What is the time?
About 12 more minutes.
What's left undone? Nothing. Nothing is left undone.